story meant to you?
Well, what else could it mean to me? It's obviously a lot of bunk.
Oh, you'd better go, George.
The 1937 film, Lost Horizon, featured a talented cast that brought to life the story of a group of people who discover a hidden utopia. The lead role, Robert Conway, was played by Ronald Colman, an experienced actor known for his work in silent films. The director, Frank Capra, was impressed by Colman's ability to convey emotion through his voice, which was crucial for a talkie film like Lost Horizon. The role of Conway's brother George was given to John Howard. Howard was chosen for his good looks and charm, which contrasted well with Colman's more reserved demeanor. The chemistry between the two actors was evident from the start, and their contrasting personalities added depth to their on-screen relationship. The female lead, Sondra, was played by Jane Wyatt. At the time, Wyatt was a relatively unknown actress, but Capra saw potential in her and gave her the part. Wyatt's fresh face and innocent charm made her the perfect choice for the role of the innocent and naive Sondra. The role of the High Lama, the spiritual leader of the Utopia, was given to Sam Jaffe. Jaffe's calm and serene demeanor made him the ideal choice for the role, and his performance added a sense of mysticism and intrigue to the character. The casting process for Lost Horizon was a careful one, with each actor chosen for their unique abilities and how they would contribute to the overall story. The chemistry between the actors was also crucial, and the casting director did an excellent job of pairing actors who would bring out the best in each other. The result was a cast that brought to life one of the most memorable films of the 1930s.
Greeting. And I just know that secretly they're all hoping to find a god.
The director of Lost Horizon, Frank Capra, had a clear vision for the film. He aimed to create a utopia, a place where people could live in peace and harmony. This vision was inspired by the novel of the same name, written by James Hilton. Capra was drawn to the story's themes of hope and the human desire for a better world. To bring this vision to life, Capra employed a unique style. He used long shots to establish the vastness and grandeur of the hidden valley, Shangri-La. The set was built on a massive scale, with towering buildings and lush gardens. This grandeur was contrasted with intimate, close-up shots of the characters, highlighting their emotions and reactions. Capra's collaborative approach was also key to the film's success. He worked closely with the cast and crew, encouraging their input and ideas. Ronald Colman, who played the lead role of Robert Conway, was a particular favorite of Capra's. He appreciated Colman's ability to convey emotion through subtle facial expressions and body language. The film's special effects were another important aspect of Capra's vision. He wanted the audience to believe in the existence of Shangri-La, and the special effects were crucial in creating this illusion. The film's matte paintings, miniatures, and process shots were all meticulously crafted to create a convincing and immersive world. In terms of cinematography, Capra favored a soft, diffuse light. This gave the film a dreamlike quality, reinforcing the idea of Shangri-La as a utopia. The film's score, composed by Dmitri Tiomkin, also played a significant role in creating the desired atmosphere. The haunting melodies and stirring orchestrations helped to evoke a sense of wonder and mystery. In conclusion, Frank Capra's directorial vision for Lost Horizon was a key factor in the film's success. His unique style, collaborative approach, and meticulous attention to detail all contributed to the creation of a truly captivating and enduring classic.
Und die Aufschreibens.
Also, Margo, you will need...
The 1937 film Lost Horizon takes us on a journey to a hidden paradise called Shangri-La. This classic features many notable actors, but Ronald Colman stands out as my favorite. He plays the role of Robert Conway, a British diplomat who discovers this utopia. Perhaps you have fond memories of watching this movie for the first time. Maybe it was during your childhood or a recent viewing. No matter when, those moments can be precious. We would love to hear your stories and personal experiences related to this film in the comments below. As we delve deeper into the story, prepare to learn some fascinating trivia. For instance, did you know that the famous line, "Where's my hat?" wasn't actually said by Ronald Colman? And get ready for surprises, even heartbreaking ones. Plus, discover how this movie has left its mark on cinema history. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and stay tuned for more fun facts about this captivating classic.
Sorry, but I...
Oh, what were you doing all this time?
Well,
For heaven's sake, Bob, what's the matter with you? You
George,
went out there to...
George, do you mind?
In the late 1930s, Columbia Pictures took on the ambitious project of producing Lost Horizon, a film adaptation of James Hilton's novel. The movie is renowned for its extravagant set design, which required a significant amount of resources and planning. The production team meticulously crafted an elaborate Shangri-La, a fictional Himalayan utopia, in the studio's backlot. The set construction commenced under the supervision of the esteemed art director Stephen Goosen. He and his team built colossal structures, including towering gates, monasteries, and terrace gardens, covering an area of roughly 12 acres. The set's sheer size and intricate details made it a sight to behold, captivating audiences and leaving a lasting impact on cinema history. To create the illusion of the Himalayas, the production team employed innovative techniques. They built the set on a hillside, allowing them to utilize the natural slope for elevation changes. Additionally, they constructed a massive water tank to simulate a lake, enhancing the set's realism. However, filming Lost Horizon was not without challenges. The expansive set posed logistical difficulties, as the cast and crew had to navigate the sprawling terrain. Moreover, the artificial lake required constant maintenance to prevent evaporation, which was particularly challenging in the California heat. Despite these hurdles, the film's production team persevered, delivering a visually stunning masterpiece. The set design of Lost Horizon remains an enduring testament to the innovative techniques and technologies employed during the golden age of Hollywood. The movie Lost Horizon, released in 1937, is a timeless classic that continues to captivate audiences with its compelling storyline and stunning visuals. The film, directed by Frank Capra, is set in the mystical land of Shangri-La, a hidden valley tucked away in the Himalayan mountains. The movie follows the journey of a group of travelers who stumble upon Shangri-La after their plane crashes in the mountains. The travelers, led by the skeptical diplomat Robert Conway, are initially wary of the peaceful and idyllic community they find in Shangri-La. However, they soon come to appreciate the beauty and tranquility of the valley, as well as the wisdom and kindness of its inhabitants. One of the standout features of Lost Horizon is its stunning visuals. The film's depiction of Shangri-La, with its lush gardens, towering mountains, and tranquil lakes, is breathtakingly beautiful. The movie's use of matte paintings and special effects, which were groundbreaking for the time, adds to the sense of wonder and enchantment. The movie also boasts a talented cast, including Ronald Colman as Robert Conway, Jane Wyatt as Conway's love interest Sondra, and Sam Jaffe as the enigmatic High Lama of Shangri-La. The actors bring depth and nuance to their characters, making them feel real and relatable despite the fantastical setting. Despite its age, Lost Horizon remains relevant and thought-provoking today. The movie's themes of peace, harmony, and the importance of preserving the beauty of the natural world are just as resonant now as they were when the film was first released. In short, Lost Horizon is a classic movie that is well worth watching. Its stunning visuals, talented cast, and thought-provoking themes make it a timeless piece of cinema that continues to captivate audiences to this day.
Oh, hey, honey, it's terrific, terrific. I just saw...
In 1937, the movie Lost Horizon took audiences to a hidden paradise known as Shangri-La. The film's score and soundtrack, composed by Dmitri Tiomkin, played a crucial role in establishing the enchanting atmosphere of this mystical place. Tiomkin's music complemented the narrative and emotional tone of the movie exceptionally well. The composer skillfully used leitmotifs, recurring musical themes associated with specific characters or ideas, to create a sense of continuity and cohesion throughout the film. For instance, the main theme, a lilting melody played on a harp, evoked a sense of otherworldliness and serenity, mirroring the tranquil existence in Shangri-La. The score also featured a blend of Western and Eastern musical elements, reflecting the film's juxtaposition of Western and Eastern cultures. The use of traditional Chinese instruments, such as the erhu and the pipa, along with a Western orchestra, created a unique and captivating sound. Interestingly, Tiomkin initially struggled to find the right musical tone for the film. It was only after visiting a Chinese art exhibition that he found his muse, drawing inspiration from the art piece's blend of serenity and drama. The soundtrack also included several songs, notably the Song of Shangri-La, performed by the film's lead actress, Lisa Liu. The song's lyrics, written by screenwriter Robert Riskin, encapsulated the film's themes of peace, harmony, and the pursuit of happiness. In conclusion, the music in Lost Horizon was a significant contributor to the film's success, enhancing the narrative and emotional tone. The blend of Western and Eastern musical elements, the use of leitmotifs, and the inclusion of songs all work together to create a score that resonated with audiences and left a lasting impression.
What have my books got to do with it?
I saw a man whose life was empty.
A man whose life was empty.
Oh, I know. It was full of...
Everett Horton, an accomplished actor in classic films, has a notable connection to a certain 1937 movie, Lost Horizon. His appearance in this film is just one of 5 instances where he can be seen in a production that has been deemed culturally significant by the Library of Congress. Interestingly, Horton's voice is also familiar to baby boomers as the narrator of the Fractured Fairy Tales segments on The Bullwinkle Show. When it comes to Lost Horizon, it's important to note that the film underwent changes in its original form. Upon its revival for a wartime double bill, approximately 18 minutes of the movie were lost. Despite this, the film remains a classic, leaving a lasting impression on its audience.
I'm sorry, George. I'm staying.
One of the most memorable scenes in Lost Horizon is the first view of Shangri-La. The audience sees it through the eyes of the skeptical protagonist, Robert Conway, played by Ronald Colman. As they enter the valley, lush vegetation and colorful flowers come into focus, contrasted against the snowy mountains. A gentle breeze causes petals to flutter softly, creating a serene atmosphere. This moment is a testament to the work of director Frank Capra, who wanted to convey a sense of paradise hidden away from the rest of the world. Cinematographer Joseph Walker used wide shots to capture the breathtaking landscape, while careful editing ensured smooth transitions between different vistas. The initial encounter with Shangri-La has a profound effect on Conway. His surprise turns into fascination, which then gives way to admiration. Similarly, viewers find themselves drawn into this utopia alongside him. According to Colman, capturing the right emotional progression was crucial during filming. You want people to feel like they're stepping into another world entirely. Another unforgettable scene occurs when Chang explains the secret behind Shangri-La's eternal youth to Gloria Stonehill. He shows her an ancient painting depicting young women aging rapidly upon leaving the valley. Both actors deliver compelling performances here, Wyatt portraying shock and disbelief, whereas Warner conveys wisdom and solemnity. Soft lighting enhances the mystique surrounding them, further emphasizing their isolation from the outside world. Capra explained his vision for this sequence, saying, "It wasn't just about revealing the truth. It was showing how reality can sometimes clash violently with personal desires." These 2 sequences serve as pivotal turning points in the narrative, shaping our understanding of Shangri-La and its inhabitants. They remain etched in audiences' minds due to masterful storytelling combined with brilliant technical aspects, proving that even after nearly 9 decades, some films continue to resonate deeply.
Oh, go ahead. To that girl. That girl's twisted and turned. That's enough!
This classic, Lost Horizon, released in 1937, is a film that has left a lasting impression in the world of cinema. It was recognized by the American Film Institute as one of the 400 movies nominated for the top 100 greatest American movies. The film's production was a significant undertaking, with the designing of the elaborate sets taking over a year. The casting for this movie was also a topic of interest. For instance, Marilyn Monroe was considered for the role of Sondra. However, the final casting choices resulted in a film that has stood the test of time, captivating audiences with its story and production value. The movie's enduring appeal is a testament to its quality and the skill of those involved in its creation.
We were on that plane. I was fascinated by the way its shadow followed it.
Released in 1937, Lost Horizon captivated audiences with its story of a group of people who discover a hidden valley in the Himalayas called Shangri-La, where people live in harmony and peace, far away from the troubles of the outside world. The film, directed by Frank Capra, was a visual feast with stunning landscapes and sets that left viewers in awe. It was a departure from the gritty, urban films of the time and offered a glimpse into a utopian world. Lost Horizon resonated with audiences who were looking for an escape from the harsh realities of the Great Depression. The idea of a peaceful, idyllic valley where people lived in harmony was a comforting thought during a time of great economic uncertainty. The film also contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. It explored the concept of Eastern versus Western values and the importance of finding inner peace and contentment. The film's message of harmony and understanding between different cultures was particularly relevant in a time of growing international tension. Lost Horizon also had a significant impact on popular culture. The film's depiction of Shangri-La as a peaceful, idyllic valley has become a cultural touchstone and has been referenced in everything from music to literature. In addition, the film's exploration of Eastern and Western values has influenced discussions on cultural relativism and the importance of understanding and respecting different cultural perspectives. Overall, Lost Horizon was a groundbreaking film that resonated with audiences and contributed to important cultural and social discussions. Its impact can still be felt today in both popular culture and in discussions on cultural relativism and understanding.
Mother's little darling mustn't stuff her fingers in the salad bowl. Why? Because...
In the 1937 film, Lost Horizon, two characters, Sondra and Lovett, were added to the storyline, not present in James Hilton's novel. Their inclusion aimed to introduce romantic interest and comic relief. Actress Jane Wyatt, who played Gloria Stone in the movie, had a professional connection with the director, Frank Capra. Years later, in 1986, she worked with Frank Capra's grandson, Frank Capra III, in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. The film's leading actor, Ronald Colman, also contributed to the story's popularity. On September 15 and 16, 1944, he recorded an audio version of the story for Decca Records. Directed by George Wells and featuring music by Victor Young, the recording followed James Hilton's original novel more closely than the film. This classic audiobook, spread over 6 sides of a 3-disc 78 RPM album, offered listeners an alternative experience of the story. Lost Horizon, the 1937 film adaptation of James Hilton's novel, received mixed reviews from critics upon its release. Some praised its ambitious and imaginative storytelling, while others criticized it for being overly long and slow-paced. The New York Times' Frank Nugent called the film a gorgeous piece of imaginative hokum, highlighting its magnificent settings and excellent performances. He particularly singled out Ronald Colman's portrayal of the protagonist, Robert Conway, as superb. However, other reviewers were less enthusiastic. The Hollywood Reporter's Frank S. Nugent described the film as a long, slow, and often tedious journey with too much talk and too little action. Despite the mixed reviews, Lost Horizon was a box office success and went on to receive 7 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Art Direction, and Best Film Editing. It ultimately won 2 Oscars for Best Art Direction and Best Film Editing. The film's nominations and wins at the Academy Awards were significant for those involved in the production. For director Frank Capra, it was his 3rd Best Picture nomination in 5 years, following It Happened One Night and Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. The film's success also solidified Columbia Pictures as a major studio in Hollywood. Overall, Lost Horizon remains a classic example of 1930s filmmaking, with its lush visuals and epic storytelling. While some critics may have found it flawed, its enduring popularity and critical recognition attest to its lasting impact on the film industry.
All right, Mr. Conway.
Oh, you speak English, do you?
Yes, sir.
Would you like...
The initial reception to Lost Horizon was far from favorable. However, when it was re-released during the war, approximately 25 minutes had been removed from its runtime. Unfortunately, the original nitrate negative deteriorated significantly by 1967, prompting restoration efforts which commenced in 1973. A worldwide search for surviving prints ensued, culminating in the recovery of most segments. By 1988, the majority of the soundtrack had been restored, albeit 7 minutes remained elusive. To fill these voids, production teams utilized freeze frames from the movie itself, or procured still images. The making of Lost Horizon extended over 10 months, although breaks in shooting allowed Frank Capra's team to work concurrently on Theodore Goes Wild, directed by Richard Bolslawski. During a test screening of the unabridged 210-minute edition in 1937, Capra faced disheartening responses, unwarranted laughter, and numerous early departures among viewers. Distressed, he retreated to Big Bear National Park for introspection. Upon rescreening the same edit, minus the initial 20 minutes, he found improved reactions. Euphoric about rectifying the issue, Capra discarded the excised material directly into a fire.
And say to themselves, there's something wrong here. We've been duped. This is not according to form. These people...
In the heat of summer 1936, Columbia Pictures decided to transform a dusty California studio into a lush Shangri-La for their upcoming production, Lost Horizon. Director Frank Capra demanded absolute realism. He even had tons of sand shipped in to mimic the feel of Asian dunes. The casting process was quite intriguing too. Ronald Colman, initially reluctant to take on the lead role, changed his mind after meeting Capra. He admired the director's passion and vision for the project. Interestingly, H.G. Wells was considered for the part of High Lama, but schedules conflicted. Behind the scenes, tensions sometimes ran high due to Capra's meticulousness. Jane Wyatt, who played Lotsen, recalled how she would often get frustrated waiting around all day just for one shot. But when it finally happened, everything came together beautifully under Capra's guidance. One unforgettable incident involved stuntman Joe Towell, tasked with jumping off a 3-story building onto a mat below. After several attempts, he missed and broke both legs, causing panic among the crew. Fortunately, he recovered fully, albeit with 2 less action-packed roles in his future. Despite these challenges, Lost Horizon went on to become a cinematic landmark, winning 2 Academy Awards and earning praise for its groundbreaking special effects. Even today, it stands testament to the golden age of Hollywood storytelling.
With its glorious concept. And now you come along and confuse me entirely.
In Lost Horizon, the character Lovett claimed to have discovered a megatherium bone in Asia, which puzzled the experts since the fossils of this extinct giant sloth were exclusively found in South America's mid to lower regions. Such a finding could have revolutionized paleontology and might have earned Lovett a knighthood. Tragically, Hugh Buckler did not live to witness the completion of the movie due to a car accident in 1936. Initially, production faced delays for a year and a half until Ronald Colman became accessible. These intriguing elements add depth to understanding this classic film better.
A strange phenomenon for which we are very grateful.
Released in 1937, Lost Horizon quickly captured audiences with its tale of Shangri-La, a hidden paradise tucked away in the mountains of Tibet. Directed by renowned filmmaker Frank Capra, this classic has left an indelible mark on cinema history. The movie's groundbreaking visual effects were quite innovative for its time. With matte paintings and intricate set designs, it created a captivating world that continues to inspire filmmakers today. Its lush landscapes and stunning vistas have been echoed in many films since then, setting new standards for cinematic beauty. Moreover, the themes explored in this classic resonated deeply within viewers. Ideas around peace, harmony, and finding one's purpose proved thought-provoking, prompting later movies to delve into similar territories. Indeed, Lost Horizon can be seen as a pioneer in exploring philosophical questions through narrative storytelling. Following its release, several books and movies drew inspiration from Lost Horizon. For instance, James Hilton's novel served as source material for the film, but other authors also penned novels based on Shangri-La after watching the movie. This demonstrates how powerfully this classic struck audience imaginations, sparking further creative interpretations. Overall, Lost Horizon, with its compelling narrative, beautiful visuals, and profound themes, remains a significant milestone in Hollywood's golden age. Even now, elements of its style and substance continue to weave their way into contemporary filmmaking, solidifying its status as a timeless piece of art.
Big Papa Bear, he roared, and somebody's been sleeping in my bed. So you have to...
In the filming of Lost Horizon, a creative solution was found to create the blizzard sequences. Bleached cornflakes were used. The lead actor, Ronald Colman, would later reprise his role in a radio adaptation of the movie, which aired on Lux Radio Theater in 1941. Edward Everett Horton, who played the role of Mr. Hyam in Lost Horizon, had a distinguished career in film. He appeared in 5 movies that were nominated for the Best Picture Oscar: The Front Page, The Gay Divorcee, Top Hat, Lost Horizon, and Here Comes Mr. Jordan. The radio adaptation of Lost Horizon was broadcast 60 minutes long, with Ronald Colman reprising his film role. This classic film and its radio adaptation continue to be enjoyed by audiences today.
You do more things. What have my books got to do with it?
I saw a man whose life was empty.
Set in the mid-1930s, Lost Horizon tells the story of several individuals who find themselves in a mysterious and isolated Tibetan lamassery known as Shangri-La. The film's star, Ronald Colman, initially had reservations about working with director Frank Capra. However, Colman eventually came to rely on Capra's unique directing style and even experimented with improvisations during filming. One interesting piece of trivia surrounding the film is the rumor that Marilyn Monroe was considered for the role of Sondra. However, this is unlikely as Monroe, who was born Norma Jean Mortensen, would have been only 10 or 11 years old at the time of filming. Overall, Lost Horizon is a classic film that takes viewers on a journey to a far-off land, full of mystery and intrigue.
Over the world, the news that Conway is missing. Does that look like a man whose life was empty?
Did Lost Horizon leave a lasting impression on you? This classic film, released in 1937, has touched the hearts of many with its captivating storyline. Maybe you were moved by the depiction of a hidden paradise, Shangri-La, or perhaps the film's exploration of peace and tranquility resonated with you. This show has been a part of our cinematic history for over 8 decades now. Can you believe it? It must have been something special to have stood the test of time. Did you catch it in the theater when it first came out? Or maybe you discovered it later on television. No matter when or how you experienced Lost Horizon, there's no denying that this film is a true gem. It has transcended generations, continuing to intrigue and inspire viewers even today. So, here's an idea: why not share your memories about this classic with us? We'd love to hear how Lost Horizon impacted you personally or influenced your perspective on cinema. Whether it brought you comfort during tough times, introduced you to a new way of thinking, or simply provided a delightful escape, your story matters. So, don't be shy, join the conversation, and let us know what you think. Let's engage, share our experiences, and keep the love for cinema alive. And while you're at it, why not give this post a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations.